Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Creekview Acres. Our project today is going to be installing an electric fireplace. We'll be putting it right under the TV. Now we just have some plexiglass and it's opaque. We had some black curtain behind it where you couldn't see those braces, and we started to disassemble to get ready for the fireplace, so that's why you're seeing the wood braces there. It looked fine, especially with the black behind it. But we're going to be putting in an electric fireplace. And the one we picked out is going to be 60 inches wide, which is the same as the opening that the TV sets in. So the width of the new fireplace will come all the way over to this upright over to here. Now the height is going to be a little less than what those two openings are. So I think we're going to set the bottom of the fireplace even with the top of the baseboard. So I'll be leaving it, I won't be cutting it out. And then wherever it comes to at the top, I'll have to put a filler board in for that. It'll be a few days before it arrives, so I have the rough opening dimensions. I know what to cut my opening. We can get that ready. Then when we get the fireplace, it'll just be a matter of just sliding it in. All right, here's a look underneath the TV. We won't have to move either one of those pine braces that you see that are unpainted. But we are going to have to modify this opening. We need about 56 3/4 or 57 inches of opening from side to side. We only have about 50, almost 56, 55 3/4. So we're going to have to make this a little wider. And then our height, the fireplace is 17 inches high. So if we set it on top of the baseboard, there's 17 inches, and you can see it's 1.5 inches below this piece of trim. And just going to use a utility knife to score this where it meets. I have caulking in here, so that should release it and not damage this upright. Been a while since I built this entertainment center, but we have a screw that I have caulking over right here that holds this piece. So we need to get that screw out on both sides. Wondering if I have other screws on this piece. And looks like I do. There's one right there. Yep, there's one there. Okay, so all one piece. I think we may have a big enough opening there now. We'll take this down to the woodworking shop. Okay, I've removed the center divider, and I remember now to use biscuits for the joints, which are strong. I have to cut approximately 1/2 inch off of each upright. So that's what I've done on that one. Got to set the fence and then finish this one. I went past the joint, but this is not going to show anyway. This is the bottom piece. Now we have almost 57 inches, about a 56 15/16. The actual heater is 56.4. So we should be good. That'll allow us to scoot it around. Now we need approximately 16¼ inches of height. The actual heater is 15.9, but that gives us a little extra room, and that's where our opening starts. And looks like 3 3/4 would probably work. Then that will give us about 1/4 inch here that we're going to raise above the baseboard. Found a piece of sanded plywood. It's good and smooth, so that'll paint well. We cut the biscuit joint out of the side pieces. So now let's see what our opening is. We're looking for about 16¼ and we got just a little bit over that. So 16 5/16 looks like. I'm not going to use any sophisticated biscuit joints or Kreg pocket screws. Just going to use these cleats because they're on the back side, bottom, top. So let's take it up to the house and see how it fits. A couple trips back to the shop to do a little trimming, but what was happening, the brace I put on the back side of this was hitting the brace that held this shelf up. But I think we're good now. The only other thing we need to do is something inside there for the heater to set on. But for now, that's going to do. I can find some white paint. I'll paint that. Close enough to the same kind of white that is on the rest of the cabinet. Sanded plywood paints really well. I'm not worried about putting any kind of an edge on the top of this plywood because the base of the TV, it's going to scoot out and cover up pretty much all of the edge there. May see a little, but won't be enough to be noticeable. Probably have to put one more coat. That takes care of that. Well, I jumped ahead and didn't video me unboxing it, but there's a box it came in. Plenty of packing around it. And I've already taken off the glass front because we install this without the front, and then the front just slides on. Here's the way it is held on. There's a pin, another pin. There's a hook on the glass. It just hooks in those over those pins. So now the most important thing, are the dimensions correct? Yeah, just a little over 16 inches. 56.5 should do it for the opening. The fireplace just sets in that opening. It has a flange on each side that hangs over, and you put 2 screws in each flange, and that's what holds it in. There's our imitation logs. They just set down in the bottom of the unit. So I took them out. So we're ready to carry this in. Well, we got a good fit. And I went ahead and put the glass back on the front, but I'm thinking maybe I need to raise it up. The glass is on, but you can see we're hitting the top of the baseboard. I think if I raise it up maybe 3/4 of an inch, I think I have that much room I can do that. But right now, let's turn it on and just see if it works. This comes with a remote, and while I probably won't use it that much because it has buttons on the front that you can do all the features. Oh, well, that's pretty neat. All right, I raised it up so the front's about even with the top of the baseboard now, the glass front. And we put the fake logs in there. Now it also comes with the crystals that you can put in the bottom, but I'm going to see what Rita thinks about that before I put them in there. But I like the looks of it. And the heat does work. I turned it on and heat comes out right here in the center, and these are intakes on each side. So that's where the heat comes out. And luckily, I needed 3.5 inches from the floor to the bottom of the unit. That's what a 2x4 is, so I have two 2x4s screwed together with the unit sitting on one, and that's the other one you see behind it there. This is our laundry room, and that's how we can get to all of the back of the TV and connections that we have. Well, let's go over some of the features of the fireplace. It does have 12 different flame effects, 12 fuel bed effects, which is the bottom portion there where the logs are. It does have a dimmer or a brightness control for the flames and the fuel beds. It has a speed control for the flames, so you can speed them up, slow them down. Has a 2-speed heater, low and high, and it's fully adjustable from 60 degrees to 99 degrees. And one feature that we liked, it does have a child lock. That's just accessed by pushing a button either on the remote or on the front of the fireplace. And all of these features I just mentioned are accessible with the remote control or on the front of the fireplace. We got this at Amazon, and it was a little less than $200. This is a 60-inch model. So that's the install on a Manastin, M-A-N-A-S-T-I-N, 60-inch fireplace. Thanks for watching. We hope you've enjoyed the video. And if you did, how about giving us a like and subscribe to our channel? Thanks.